Hello, and welcome to this episode of 28th and Jefferson. It's your girl, Shekinah.
P. Morgan, Schoolboy P. What's happening?
Hope you guys are doing well. It's been a couple weeks since we recorded last, and a lot's been going on in the world as far as like with COVID. There's a new variant that's out there. Mask mandate, no mask mandate. It's a lot going on, and right now we're watching the Olympics. So I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit before we get into our guests. So as you may or may not know, Simone Biles has decided to gracefully, take a step back from competing in this year's Olympics. And it's been a whole lot of controversy, a little bit, I would say. There are some supporters, and then there are some people who are like, you trash for that. And I think the focus is a lot more on the mental health aspect of things because she is very talented. But when you have that amazing talent as a black woman, it gets feared. And so it seemed like that she got, I guess, penalized for being great at what she does. And it's taking a toll on her because it's like, I am great, I can do these things, but now I'm being kind of stifled a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Man, first off, I think that what she and really a lot of our black queens that are elite athletes are doing as far as taking a stand for themselves is very necessary, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like at the end of the day, you really just got to do what's best for you.
Right.
At the end of the day, like I saw a meme the other day, and it was like. Whenever I forgot kind of how it was worded, but it was like if you got sick or passed out at work, always remember they gonna clock your ass out before you leave up out that building and they take you to the hospital. Mm-hmm. And like that kind of like stood out to me because like at the end of the day we gotta remember, man, like these companies is gonna have your replacement before your body even get cold.
Right.
Low key. So even when it comes to the Olympics and elite athletes and things of that nature, man, I just kind of feel like they have such a serious amount of pressure. We be concerned about having deadlines at work.
Right.
Imagine how it is having, tens of hundreds of millions of people watching you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if she need to take a break from the Olympics, then, let her do that. I mean, I bet y'all can't whoop her though. Like,
right.
I mean, what at the end of the day, what are we really talking about? Like, like you can't, and I would hope that some of those same people, I would like to understand what some of those same people's, ideals are about Sha'Carri Richardson, because I would kind of imagine that some of those people would have also been the same people who were either for or against Sha'Carri Richardson. Like I don't know, I just feel like, man, people just need to mind their damn business and let people do them for real at the end of the day.
I agree. I agree. There's another topic that's going around as far as the Olympic is concerned, as far as like the attire for women. That it's mandated that they wear certain things like bikinis and
What country was that protested that?
Germany. I know for the gymnastics, I know it was Germany. They wore like pants, and they got penalized for it. And there was another. It was another country that volleyball, I think.
Yeah, they didn't want to wear the thongs,
right?
So
the
they
thongs
did
on
like
the short shorts.
So they did like some shorts that had a little bit of length to it. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
I mean, I'm not mad.
But a lot of people are not. They got fined for not what they consider being in dress code, and it's a thing going around about over sexualizing women. And it's like men can wear pants and shorts and that sort of thing. So why can't women? Why do we have to continue to show parts of our body if we don't want to?
My thing is like, which one is it, bro? Because I feel like every year or every time there's a hot take on something, people always got an opinion about it. Yeah. Because let it had been roles reversed, then people would have been like, let these women wear what they want to wear. So say that the outfit was wearing long pants, so that it was supposed to be shorts, and some women came out there in some cheekies or in some bikini bottoms. Yeah. Now all of a sudden it's, oh well, y'all not classy enough. It's like, bro, which way is it?
Yeah,
that's
a good question.
I mean, I don't know, man. People are weird to me when it comes to those type of things, and I just think that they need to, again, mind they damn business, bro. At the end of the day, like I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. So
and also real quick before we hop off of the Olympics, what does the dress code have anything to do with the Olympics?
With the talent?
Yeah, with the talent. Like I feel like the Olympics is based around the most elite athletes in the world.
Yeah.
Like so, if I decide to wear some joggers, you know, in a track meet. I mean, Usain Bolt wears long pants when he runs. I mean, that doesn't affect nor hinder his athletic performance. Like, so what are we really concerned about?
Right.
As far as his dress code is concerned, it's not derogatory and it's not offending anybody. And my thing is if you all are concerned because these women are not wanting to have their legs or not wanting to have their ass out, then what does an offensive dress code really look like then? Oh, my fault. You're offending the world because you're covering your ass up.
Right.
That's crazy, basically. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of those rules were set by men, white men anyway. So.
Oh yeah. And
that right there is a problem within itself.
That's a whole nother can of worms we can go down, but we ain't even got time for that one.
Oh man. Well, we do have a guest with us in the building. He is a familiar face around Nashville.
Very
we got
familiar.
Robert Higgins,
Hi.
also known as Black Rob.
What's up?
What's up? You like people calling you Black Rob?
Man, it's been since college, my freshman year in college. It was two Robs. It was light skinned one and it was me. And I got, pinned black.
Gotcha.
So,
got a
it's
light
just
skin friend who look like Michael Jackson.
And I was
Got
the
a
dark
skin
skin.
friend.
How long you been here, man? You've been here damn near going on 20 years, bro. Close to it.
I've been in Nashville since 2004.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we knocking on it. We at
Yeah.
17, bro.
Yeah, I've been here 17 years, man.
We are
It's
at
crazy.
17, bro.
Wow.
And a lot of people know this already, but Rob was one of the first big promoters who really kind of took me under his wing in the party game. So me and Rob have a very long history. Rob, when did you start coming up to WKU doing parties with me? What, like 2008, 2009?
About 2008, 9, yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I still have like a ton of like those old WKU, TSU pictures, those starting five and fly major pictures.
Fly
So,
major.
yeah, man. Like y'all talking about some epic parties back in the day, boy.
Yeah, man. That was it,
Dang.
It's crazy when I think about it how we were able to take events from one campus and able to touch every campus from we was in Murfreesboro and Austin P and Western Kentucky and the University of Memphis. We even did some stuff in Knoxville. It was just like, guys that had, and been able to do events with people and all those different and build relationships that still here to this day with all those people. That was crazy.
Yeah. So, okay, before we kind of get started, where are you originally from?
St. Louis.
St. Louis, okay.
Yeah, St. Louis
So you
was
came
there.
here for college,
Yeah,
TSU.
TSU.
And then next thing you know, you out here promoting parties and
Yeah.
creating vibes for the college people. So how did you really get into that lane?
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people know the fly major, but a lot of people don't know what it was before or how fly major was born.
Right,
a lot of
right.
people don't know. If you're in it, then you probably kind of do, but if you're not, then explain how two groups kind of combined to form fly major.
So I started, I think I got into like 2005, 2006. I was just hosting parties. So I was hosting parties around TSU, and I was selling clothes for my dorm in Watson. So I was selling polos and shoes and Air Forces and stuff around. And then it was me, Tez, and my homeboy Jay, and we was like, man.
Shout out Tez and Jay Rico.
Yeah, I was like, man, it's like, man, it was people throwing parties, but they weren't really throwing parties like that. I was like, I want to throw parties. So I convinced Tez to, like, man, put all your money that you got. It's great. Put all the money that you got in your bank account and invest it with me. We're going to throw these parties. We know we're going to throw this party. And Jay just like, like Jay, if you might know Jay just like, all right, all it took is Ted say, Jay, I'm doing this, like, go with me. But it was really me and Ted that put the money up, but I didn't want to put all the money up by myself.
Right.
I believed in myself, but I was still kind of, you know,
Man,
you still gotta have investors.
That's a high risk, bro. That's a high risk.
I'm like, man, I'm not gonna put all my money in it.
Yeah.
Hey, Ted, you know, so I think we both put about $2,000, $2,500 of our own money, like maybe $3,000 of our own money. 2006 back then, college, that's a lot of money for a college student. I'm like $3,000 of my money. I'm finna give you. He like, man, they all like. I said, man, look, we gonna put all our money into this. So I talked them into doing it, and we did our first party at John Henry's, 2006 August. It's actually be 15 years in August. We did our first party, and it was like crazy.
Wow.
It's like, so we started Fly Guy Entertainment. So it was me, Tez, and Josh. Me, Tez, Jay, and Josh. We did Fly Guy Entertainment. We was like, you know, we was always big on clothes. So it was like, you know, let's call ourselves Fly Guys. So we had this logo, which is us three, and then it was Fly Guy. And we did a party, and it was crazy. We made all our money back. And Tez, I remember looking at Ted. I was like, bro, I'm in school. I don't want to be no doctor no more. I was going to school to be a doctor. I told him, I said, look, man, I don't want to be a doctor no more. I'm finna do this. I'm like, he like, me too. Like, forget it. We finna just drop out of school. I said, no. We can't drop out of school. Like, we can't drop out of school, but this what we gonna use. This is gonna be the platform. Yeah. So we did Fly Guy, and me and Crisis was always good friends before, you know, the parties. Like, you know, they was the year under me, but we was cool. We was friends, and he had bought some equipment, wanted to start DJing. And he started DJing that same year. Okay. And he did a party called Loose Juice my freshman year. I mean, his sophomore year, he did a party called Loose Juice, and it was packed. And I'm like, dang, Crisis, you did good. You packed this thing out. It was after my first party. Okay. But he did it, and I was like, he throwing parties and he DJing. So I'm like, look, bro, you know, let's do a next party together. So we did end up doing the TSU versus Fist after party. At Limelight that year. You know, TSU Fist games was big, and we we used to spray paint bed sheets and post them on the fences and stuff like that. And that's the first party me Crisis did together, and we learned so much from that experience. We like, man, look, let's, you know, instead of, because we all was doing parties, and then my homeboy Kobe was doing parties with us at the same time. He had something called First Class. And so we used to throw these parties all together. We used to do every week, pack out clubs, and it was get so much to put like Fly Guy Entertainment, Major League, that was Crisis, and First Class, that was Kobe, and every flyer used to be Fly Guy Entertainment, Major League, First Class presents. It was 3 people. I'm like, man, it was Fly Guy, Major. I'm like, bro, it's a lot of people to put on keep writing on. Let's all just come together and make one group. So it started. It was called Fly First Class, and that was all of us. We couldn't figure out how to include Major League in it, but it was just like Fly First Class, and I remember telling Christ, I'm like, bro, this is what we gonna do, Fly First Class. He like, bro, I'm like, bro, we can't Fly First Class League, like we just gonna do this, and he like, all right, so he went with it. But he was still like, man, y'all left the Major League off, but he still went with it because it was just a name, like it was all new to everybody, and I remember, like, 2 weeks later, Kobe texted us, like, man, you know, anybody know Kobe? Kobe, like, sporadic.
Very random.
Like, he just do Kobe Randolph. And he always has these grand ideas to do Kobe, and it's like, all right. So he texts us, like, man, I just decided I want to do me, and I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to do my own thing, man. I don't think I want to do the parties, this party thing that much no more. And I'm like, cool. And it's kind of like, you remember, y'all know that Rockefeller, the end of, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Kanye's first album, where he was talking about how he met Jay-Z, and it's long, and at the end he was like, I spit to Jay-Z, I said, mayonnaise, color beans, I got push miracle whips, and then it said, and then after that, it was history. It was Rockefeller, fella. And it went off. That was a song. Well, after, it was kind of like that when Kobe sent that text, it was just like, all right, and that's what we took. We took first class off, and it made major. It came to fly major. We found a way to put the major in. So it was like fun, and then it was fly major, and then I mean, after that was me, Crisis, Tez. So Crisis was just Crisis, but it was me, Crisis, Tez, and Josh, and all us. We came together and we just made fly major, and then we just went off. We did start doing parties for like we had probably 2007 to a good 8-year run.
Yeah,
man, y'all
strong.
Man, truth be told, Fly Major probably had the best party run. And I know some of the OGs might say this is blasphemous. T Banks, I know it's your frat brother, all that. Fly Major probably had the best party run in Nashville history, bro. And that's saying a lot, bro.
I'm gonna say this. Bruh. I agree. I will agree. I agree. I'm not gonna. Listen. I believe in giving.
I'm younger than all of y'all, but I was always in that line. So I came along with Gio and that whole way because me and Gio the same age. But man, bro, I remember being in high school and hearing about y'all's parties, bro.
So
and then my freshman and sophomore year at WKU, like. Because I was the Nashville nigga up at Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
Everybody, bro, these cats down in THF, like, yeah, that's the home team. Like, these my folks. And I vividly remember bringing them folks down here and for John Mayer Classics, for homecoming, for things like that. And people just simply could not believe how wild and like how crazy y'all's parties were because they had never seen anything like that, and I was just like, yeah, this is like second nature, bro.
Like what's crazy is like I'm gonna say this, I don't think that it was one. And what's powerful is what we talked about is we were all friends, spreading knowledge. We are still friends. Like let me say we weren't. We are still friends. So that was the energy behind it. But what's crazy is that. I've seen everybody parties. I would say in Nashville, of course, I would give that because most people only had events.
Right.
We had whatever. We used to do whatever. Only one person I'd probably say that came in even Tennessee and even did what we did was probably Curtis Gibbons.
Down in Memphis.
Yeah. That was probably the only person. And let me not say this because he's still doing it at a high level, and we're still doing it.
Right.
So, but we are too, but we don't do fly major parties no more.
Right.
To say that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if we still did that, it would rival all. Yeah. Because I've seen people even in Atlanta, like the college promoters that started with us, they weren't doing what we were doing by themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They were doing what we were doing. But it was like 8 promoters on a party.
Gotcha.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And 30 sub promoters. It was just us. Like we didn't go out and get people and and what's crazy is a lot of people don't know, like the people, that's why I see TSU is like family at this point. I've been knowing some TSU people longer than most people been alive. You know what I'm saying? And the people that know me don't even know that side. The people that this generation of people that I market to and I do a lot of stuff for, some of them don't even know this side of me existed. Yeah. They think I popped up with agenda. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like a lot of people don't understand that it was.
They don't know the history behind it.
It was a lot of history behind,
man.
So.
Zach, we ready? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we're going to go to a quick break and we'll be right back.
What's up? It's your girl Big Ange from MassCtv, and I'm here at Live Above about to get cute. I'm already cute, but if you're trying to get cute like me, head on over to liveabove.co and use our promo code MassCtv for 10% off your purchase of 40 and above. Live Above has fashionable designs for men and for my ladies. So head on over to liveabove.co and use our promo code. That's MassCtv, MassCtv.
When you support our partners, you support the vision of MassCtv. Head over to liveabove.co. Use our promo code MassCtv for 10% off your purchase of 40 or above. Remember, everything you do should be legendary.
Yo, we are back with this episode of 28th and Jefferson with our special guest, Robert Higgins, a.k.a. Black Rob. So, right before we went to break, I had an idea that popped into my mind, being that you have such a large category or a large catalog of events that you've done. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to call out an event name, and I want you to tell me the first thing that pops in your mind. And you can chime in on this too, because you've been to a couple of them as well. Yeah.
A lot of them. You went to MTSU, but we used to party, man.
If you know,
everybody.
You know. If you know, you know.
Man,
bro.
listen.
We was up here just about every weekend.
If you
Come
know,
on,
you
man.
Know. All right, so is you bowling?
Crazy.
You remember that?
Yes.
Did you go to that, Chicago?
I don't think I went to that one.
Bowling party.
No,
Strike
I didn't
and
go to the bowling
spare.
party.
Yep. So
Strike and spare.
Really quick, the crazy thing about that party, one of the main things that I remember about that party was that was around the time where the Gucci Mane Is You Rolling, Bitch I Might Be, came out. And I just thought, that was like, bruh, that is the hardest shit of all time, bruh. They finna throw a club party at a bowling alley, call it Is You Bowling, bruh. And just how you all's play on words, y'all's wordplay was kind of cold, bro. Yeah. So I've never got the chance to tell you that in all the years I've known you, but y'all's wordplay was extremely cold, and y'all had folks at WKU like tweaking. I ain't gonna lie, y'all made us, the group that I was running or the group that I was with, starting five, man, y'all made us have to be on our A game, bro. Because folks was using you all as the measuring stick, and if we ain't come up to party, folks was definitely coming down here. So that's pretty cool. You brought up Loose Juice. Yes, Loose Juice. That turned into that started small. That turned into one of the biggest events we've ever done. Yeah, that party was pretty big. Yeah. Who run it? Man, that's gives more. That's like a college. That's like the mecca of college of everybody where they from. Yeah. Just like what Alan said earlier, like Memphis, they really feel like Yo Gotti better than Jay-Z. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like I run it, or people that may go to MT really feel like TSU is like the ghetto compared to MT. Like they really think that's like between like Brentwood and North Nashville. I'm like, no, it's not. Like we are Brentwood, and MT is like. Watch it now. Watch it now. I'm just saying. Watch it now. I heard that, man. I heard somebody say that, like, I was talking to who was I talking to that said this? I think it was Tay Keith that told me this. And he was saying he was being dead ass serious. He was like, whereas MT just like the bougie school, and TSU like the ghetto is like that, right? And I was looking at him like, bruh, you serious? Like, nigga, no. MT is like the country, like, man. And we might be the bougie. Y'all like the country cousins that, that eat watermelon. Like, come on.
He said it right.
Like, and spit the seeds out. Like, no, that's a bad example. Like, I don't know where this connotation came where TSU is just the hood. But yeah, it's not. But yeah, the who run it, to get on your point, that's like that. It's like gives people that sense of entitlement, like where you out running. And the who run it was one of the events that, like you said, it included everybody. Mm-hmm. So MTSU, Vandy, Fisk, Meharry, Western, Memphis, Chattanooga, TSU, UT, like whatever
Austin
you claim.
Tennessee Tech, like whatever school you went to, that was like y'all had such a gravitational pull from like every school within like a 2-hour radius. That was like unreal, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was cool. That was definitely cool.
You got one more? Two more? Okay, go ahead.
All white affair.
Man, it's classic.
Yeah.
I miss it. I had hopes of bringing it back this year after COVID, but COVID it happened. So we've been on a 2-year break, but we're gonna bring that back next year.
Okay.
But it's like everybody wants to put on all white, go
At
somewhere
some point in
nice.
time,
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
For sure. And of course, homecoming is its own thing within itself, but we'll skip that one. Lastly but not least, all black affair.
That's rare form. Like to me, like that's not just because it's my birthday. It's the time where I get to see a lot of people. A lot of people come in town that I normally wouldn't see till homecoming. A lot of friends and stuff. So it's just like it's just a reunion. It's my one weekend that I feel like I can party and be like, I got an excuse to be like, oh man, let him. It's his birthday. Let him. You know what I mean?
Wasn't
like,
the first one at Dave and Buster's?
Yes,
I
the
remember
first
that.
one. See now, yeah. Now you see.
She's telling on herself now.
The first one was at Dave and Buster, and I did it with Breezy.
I remember
Me and
that.
Breezy birthday, young Breezy. We had a birthday around the same time, so we did it, and that was probably one of the craziest parties I ever did. I had to
Crazy.
listen. I had to sneak out the backside door and get escorted by security. Like, and they had to follow me all the way. I had like 1,000 people chasing me. Y'all don't understand. I have felt like Barack Obama, the president. Like 1,000 people was chasing me because we got closed down, and they had it like. That's one thing about that. It was so many people outside. It's like a lot of venues can't deal with that.
They can't handle that.
They can't handle that.
Yeah.
Especially like back in that day, it was all them black people, young black people,
Yeah.
all of them 18 to 23, 24.
Turn.
And they knowing they shouldn't been drinking, so they already lit. They ready to party. They got their black on.
Turn.
They got black on at one thing.
Turn.
Like they outside, they like, what you security the lady shut, we are not letting anybody else in. I'm talking about 700 people out there like, what?
It was so
Man, y'all,
many
man,
people
it
out
done
there.
been some wild parties at Dave and Buster's and Gibson's that you done
Man.
been. Only the real Nashvillians or folks who really been here for a minute gonna remember them Dave and Buster's and them Gibson's
Man,
parties.
that's just
What was it
crazy.
called before Dave and Buster's? Jillian's or something like that?
Jillian's,
yeah.
yeah.
Jillian's,
bro.
yeah.
But man, that was
Yeah.
crazy. They was like, Rob. I remember Ted's looking at me. Christ, like, bro, it's about, because it was my birthday, so of course everybody looking for me. And what made it worse, my homeboys, God bless them. They was bootlegging tickets outside. So this dude was he had copied and laminated probably
It doesn't happen to
Probably-
I know your pain.
probably
bro.
200 tickets,
Yeah,
and
I know
he
your
outside
pain, bro.
selling them. So on top of the 700 tickets that couldn't get in, he
You
out
got
there like,
another
man,
250.
he like, man, I got these for $20, man. And I'm like, he bootlegging the tickets to the party. So I remember Ted's like, bro, it's about 1,000 people outside looking for you right now because they can't get in. They want their money back, and they mad and they pissed.
Yeah.
You might need to go out the back door and address this tomorrow. So I got in the car. I was like, Rob, get in the car. Somebody saw me like, 30 go.
Man.
I got it scared. I'm on the highway. I'm talking about this car's on the highway chasing us. Not chasing us, but like looking like, there go Rob right there.
We got to get this dub.
We
back,
got to
bro.
get them.
We
They
gotta
weren't
get this
even.
dub
They
back.
weren't coming at it. Like I wasn't scared at all. No, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna protect myself. But it was more or less of where's Waldo? Like where's Rob? And the first sight, they was like, there you go, right there.
Yeah.
So it was they just following my car all the way home, and I was like, man, I got you. He like, all right, man. They just excited. Everybody just nobody could find me.
Yeah.
So the next day we had a Greek picnic, not a Greek picnic, but a step show. I had to make this long. I still got the message in my Facebook, this long apology about the venue, and then I had to do this free party. I did this free party for everybody at the step show to come in free and just like, look, man, you know, it happened. You know what I mean? And that was one of my biggest, like that was my first failure in the game.
Well, was that a failure or was that like a life lesson? Because that happened to us up at WKU too, and we never made that same mistake ever again, bro.
But see, I went through it again. You know, because it wasn't a mistake on my end.
Right.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Right.
I told them people, let me rent out these people. I'm bringing about 500 to 1,000 people to go to school. And everybody know Dave and Buster's huge. It can
Yeah.
hold it.
It can hold it.
But they was just like,
Bro, they see that and all they see is liability.
With
bro.
liability. So they was like, no, it's too many of y'all. So they blocked me, they stopped me, and like it was, and I say failure, I'm saying like I failed myself, and because I wanted to provide an experience, but through all failures is learning.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Experience is the best teacher. It wasn't a loss because I learned, and I learned so much that when I went to the next situation, because it happened again, probably a year later at Wild Horse.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't my fault again. And it's like, why does this keep happening? And I know why it keep happening. A lot of us scared him. I can't help that. It was the only reason why they shut me down all the times.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, because you think about a football game. It's 1 million people going into the Titans game every Sunday. It was 2,000 people trying to get in these places. It was just 2,000 black people trying to get in them places. And they weren't trying to hear that. They like, nah, you can't have. And then sometimes they like, well, we only hold 1,200. Okay, cool.
That's
well,
cool.
let 1,200
Let me
people
max
in.
out. Yeah, let
You
me max out then.
you gonna close me down because it's a lot of people trying to get in.
Yeah.
And it's like, I learned from those experiences. I didn't fail.
Yeah.
I just can't change the connotation of how people see us.
Man, and I kind of have always felt that way. Like there have been other situations that I've been a part of, and I've had conversations with, with members from Yo Crew, and been in situations with me, and we've been in partnership and been like we really don't have to rock with this particular venue. We can really do something totally different, because I kind of see it like you. Like, one, they're gonna see it that way if they see the liability. These are the majority white-owned venues. They're gonna see it as, okay, Black Rob is bringing in a lot of people. P. Morgan's bringing in a lot of people. Anybody, Shekinah's bringing in a lot of black people as opposed to just people in general. And it's always going to be looked at more so as a liability, as an opportunity versus an opportunity
To make money.
They
don't see that because they don't care about some money.
They don't see that, and I'm not really sure if you can really talk much on this, but you know which one I'm finna bring up.
Marathon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Marathon, it happened.
I kind of feel like with Marathon, I kind of feel like they saw black people, and they looked at it as, oh, we're gonna be on the news, or somebody is gonna wind up getting shot or wind up getting killed. Because there's no way they could have shut you down knowing the type of concerts that they have there on a regular.
Yeah.
And the thing with Marathon was, it's crazy. I'm gonna speak on this because I feel like I have an opinion. I can speak on it. Marathon was a situation that happened that I learned a lot from too. Like I said, everything is a lesson.
Right.
Marathon, I did my Black Affair there the year before.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm take you back. I did my Black Affair that year before.
That was what?
2000,
11, I think?
No.
12?
I did.
No, I'm talking
I
about
did,
what number. That was Black Affair. That was like
that. So I did 2 Black Affairs there before. So I did Black Affair 11 there before. That was the first time I did it.
Yep.
Sold out, no issues. I came back and did one in 15 there.
Yep.
Okay.
2015.
Yep.
I did one. Now the thing with 2015 was that was right when Cam had went to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, so Cam was like the biggest. He was
So,
like the biggest NFL player.
He
on the
was
planet.
dabbing and all this shit,
Yeah.
and he came. So he was there at that Black Affair, which makes, that brings notoriety, that brings attention. Why is he in Nashville? Why is this man that just got into the Super Bowl, probably the number one athlete in the NFL, all these accolades this year, NFL MVP. Why is he in that? What time? I mean, white people not knowing.
They don't know.
They don't know, and seeing what they saying, not knowing his brother went to see it, shoot all this stuff and
Right.
whatever. So they assume. So anybody knows can see now. Cam likes cigars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was in Marathon, and smoking a cigar. And when cigars get small, they get to the butt. And this is the first time I even candidly talk about it. It looked like, so black man smoking, they automatically think he's smoking
there.
weed. So some blogs picked it up.
Yep.
Such and such, Cam Newton's in Nashville club smoking weed, happened to be Marathon. So Marathon gets the article, automatically thinks that it's bad press for them. They don't need it. You know, they just in this city, white people just find a way to feel like black people are less than them, no matter what stage they on. I'm gonna call it spade a spade.
Yeah.
So they looking at it like this. I'm not knowing this. The event went crazy, and the fact that you got the NFL MVP in your venue, that brings
all headlines,
attention and buying power and branding to your style. But anyway, but you're not finna make us feel no little about ourselves.
Right.
So it got out. Newspaper, Tennessee picked it up, whatever. I didn't know we didn't know nothing about it until the next year. Next year came around, I'm finna rebook it for the Black Affair, and I got the contract, paid it, the check, everything, signed, sealed, delivered. All right, it's on this day. I get a call saying we can't do your event no more. He left a message. Hey, Rob. His name is Chris Cobb. His name is Chris Cobb. I'm gonna call it spade. He left me a message, said he can't do it. I said, what? You can't do my event? I got a contract
and I got a deposit.
And I got a deposit. You can't just cancel on me.
Right.
What? You can't. I'm supposed to be able to cancel on you. You
Right.
can't cancel. He like, well, we're not. I'm just letting you know we're not doing an event. Why? Because we had events happen, and at the last event, and we just don't want to be on the news for nothing like that. Only thing that was on news was that. So I'm like, oh, you got a problem because he was here and and we just don't want y'all people. We don't want that crowd, your crowd there. We don't want your people there. Who is my people?
Right.
Yep.
So that's when I went on. I'm like, fuck it. I went, got, mad. I went on social media, not knowing. Boom, boom, boom. This is when I realized I didn't know how big social media was. I didn't know how far my reach was. I just, I'm doing the same shit everybody else doing.
Just making a little post.
Getting on Instagram and Facebook and emotionally spatting. So I'm like, man, fuck them, they racist, they talking about that with my people. Boom, blew up.
Yeah.
Now news people calling me. I'm like, be on news? All right, bet. I be on news. I'm 25 years old. Yeah, put me on news. Let me go get dressed. So I get dressed, get on news. That's when everything just hit the fan.
Yeah.
I realized that. So, and like I said, I call spades a spade. I call people out. You got this white owner that, to me, still is racist. To this day, I see him. We cool, but he still is not racist. He's prejudiced. After I get to know him, he may be prejudiced against some black people.
Yeah.
That's a fair assumption since people wanted to go to bat for him. So he had his feelings. He felt how he felt, which is fine, cool. He decided to sue me, I guess.
Okay.
He sued me, and that's when I realized, like, Jay-Z got this line: you can't even steal on a nigga motherfuckers a sue. That's the first time that line hit home. It's like, damn, Rob, everything you do now, somebody really trying to
under
sue
a
you.
microscope.
Right.
Yeah, like literally. That's why I watch everything because literally everybody's trying to sue you.
Is that kind of what motivated you to create like your own venues? So Agenda, Weekend, Minerva. Is that kind of?
I already had it.
Agenda was already.
I already had all my venues at this point. See, P. Morgan skipped into that. So, but I already had my venues at this point. I just needed a venue to do something bigger. It's bigger space. You do 1 or 2 events. So they tried to sue me. What pissed me off was that they went to get a black PR company. That a black PR company went and accepted
that.
So you got this black woman, like I said, I told you earlier, when the black woman goes against the black man, that's how they try to destroy us. Because why would you, even if he not racist, why would you defend him?
Yeah, you can't accept that.
You can't accept that money. You can't accept. But
ethically and morally, you shouldn't accept.
So she went and accepted the money. She took the money, did the PR against him, and ultimately they tried to sue me. So then I had to get my attorney. Now we got to come up with agreement to mutually. So I gotta basically either recant, issue an apology, or go to court. And I'm like, what? And granted, it's black people I had a lot of black support, but I also had black people that was like, yeah, he probably just don't want niggas in there. How you sound? I'm like, did you go to I'm not a killer. I'm not a gangster. I'm an educated male. What harm is I gonna bring, or the people? I got college students that's following me.
Yeah.
It ain't like I'm going to get people that shoot. Like, bro, you sound stupid. But it's like, all right, cool. I'm not knocking him for that. But he could have not just took my event.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
and I think
Yeah.
that's the thing that really set a lot of folks off, was because a lot of folks knew that you had already they accepted your money,
event.
and then it was like,
No,
oh yeah, by
no,
the way,
can't.
we can't take it.
I don't
But
have
y'all-
no. I'm cool with people not digging with what I'm doing, or whites not accepting me. Cool. They slam their doors in my face all the time.
But don't lead me to the wall
Don't
thinking
lead-
that everything is
You
cool.
can't.
And
That's
then
not
when
good
it's go
business.
time, you like, oh yeah, we got your bread, we got your paperwork.
Nah, we don't want to do it. So she did it. We end up settling for whatever. We can't talk. I had to settle with him because he sued me for what's the you down
the defamation.
defamation. That's the name. I
Defamation suit.
forgot the word.
Yeah.
That's a powerful thing right there.
Yeah.
Defamation. So he sued me for defamation. I had to settle. Whoop de whoop. I never looked at that black girl that represented. Never looked her way again. I said, you wrong. You wrong. And then he had other promoters. I'm not gonna call them out. That was like, I know him. He's not racist. Come on, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You gotta. That let me know you just in it for yourself. You trying to come up on. I've never been a person that gotta be an Uncle Tom until I make it. No, I don't care. I'm gonna be me, and if you don't like it, don't accept it. But let me tell you how funny this is. Transfer. God, if you be real, and that's my big thing. I'm always speak my mind and be real, because once you real, then everything else will play itself out. The universe will play itself out. That girl ended up getting something happened with her job for speaking up for blacks, and guess what white people did? Bloop, fired her.
got rid of
Then
her.
she went on Facebook trying to get black people to stand up with her against the same system that I said was crooked. Then the dude, they sold his property, finna kick him out of his venue, one of the venues he owned, and he gets on. He starts a big thing about how my venue is sold for the community. How could Nashville's growing too fast. You guys shouldn't don't sell out on my venue. It's a community staple. We need this for for the small businesses, for the minorities.
Yeah.
Now you want us
Now
to.
you want us,
And then he
yeah.
started a GoFundMe to save his business.
Yeah.
So it's funny how now you want the same support that
Yeah.
everything happens the way it's supposed
It
to happen.
does, man. And I tell folks all the time before we go to our
If
next
when y'all
commercial
play that,
break,
they're gonna hate me, boy.
It's okay.
man, I tell folks all the time, man, that the events industry, it is so unforgiving, bro. Like, there's so many different nuances to it, man. A lot of people just think it's literally, I just need a DJ and some speakers.
Nah.
Man, it
It's a
is
bit more than
so
that.
much to it, man.
Yeah.
They don't
So much
understand
to it,
the
man.
people to dealing with the people aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we
so-
are going to go to another break, and we'll be back with our think tank. Hello, I'm Shekinah with MassCtv, and I'm standing here with Deja and Shannon with From Your Father.
At From Your Father, we empower women and youth in fatherless families to reach their greatest potential through mentoring, programs, and the love of Jesus Christ. We accomplish this through our unique and innovative Go Love program. We create custom boxes based on what each family needs each month, and we deliver it to their doorsteps.
These programs prevent mothers from having to try and find transportation to access resources, and children from missing out on resources if their parents can't access them. Inside the boxes, we provide various items as well as fresh organic produce each month. We have Zoom cooking classes, financial empowerment sessions, and group spiritual empowerment sessions each month.
Our purpose is to let fatherless families know that they have a Heavenly Father who loves them so much, that He will never leave or walk out on them like earthly fathers do, that He will never let them down and make promises that He won't keep, to give them all the resources that they need to thrive, and to let them know that it's from your Father.
People can support by giving a donation or volunteering. To donate, they can Cash App From Your Father 1 or on our website www.fromyourfather.org. To volunteer, they can sign up to help pack boxes at Hands on Nashville. Come out and help deliver to families and sign up to be a male mentor.
And we're back. So before we get into our think tank, we're just gonna have a little quick discussion about the venues that you have.
Yeah.
Well, there was agenda.
It was just so. All right, circle. Reason why I open a venue is because of them situations. Because
Right.
like I just got tired. Like I'm damn near a civil rights activist when it comes to like
Low key.
to like the black and white.
Is Rob
shit.
the Frederick Douglass? Of
Not
the,
Frederick Douglass. What's the dude name? He just died.
Either the John Lewis.
Not John Lewis. Dick Gregory.
Either Dick Gregory.
You know what I
of
mean?
the-
Or
of the
you
Nashville
know,
party scene.
not Dick. Like somebody that ain't as in it, but they speak a lot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, like Muhammad Ali used to speak a lot about this type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like I shut up a lot about it because people don't nobody want to listen to me. So they want to listen to me, but nobody want to act on it. They still want to do the clown. So I'm like, all right, y'all want to do this? Y'all still want to let these people keep us 20 years back and give us pieces of the cake? Then cool. But it's long story short, I got tired of white people telling me I couldn't, slamming doors in my face,
Yeah.
acting racist on stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm gonna open my own venues.
Yeah.
So I opened Jazz and Jokes first.
Oh, I remember Jazz and Jokes.
Jazz and Jokes.
I remember that.
Jazz and Jokes. I
That
told
was
somebody.
on Second Avenue.
Yep,
Yep.
it was
Yep.
on. It was
Third.
Third Avenue.
Third
Third
Avenue.
and Church.
Yep.
Yep.
Jazz and Jokes was after Atlantis and Rhythm Kitchen. It was
Atlantis.
Atlantis
Yeah.
first, and then it was Rhythm
Rhythm
Kitchen.
Kitchen.
No, other way around.
Oh, the Rhythm Kitchen first, then
Then
Atlantis,
Atlantis.
then Jazz and Jokes.
Jokes.
And I told somebody last week that Weekend is the child of Jazz and Jokes.
It
And they was
is.
like, "What you mean?" I said, "Weekend was the direct descendant of Jazz and Jokes.
Yeah.
As soon as they closed Jazz and Jokes, that was the start and the opening
of
of
Weekend.
Weekend. Jazz and Jokes paved the way for Weekend.
Yep, I opened Weekend 2012, going on 10 years.
Okay.
And then after Weekend, I opened Agenda. Then Agenda, I opened Cranky Chef. It was
People forgot about Cranky Chefs
Yeah.
off of Murfreesboro Road
yeah,
behind
Lafayette.
Lafayette. Yep.
I had Cranky Chef. That I only had it open for so long. The parking over there was terrible, and I could not get them to let me use the parking across the street. So I kept the building. I just leased it out. At the Agenda opened and Cranky. Then we opened Weekend. I'm not Weekend. Minerva and Weekend Memphis at the same time.
Gotcha, yeah.
So I was opening them at the same time. Now
Yeah.
we opening another spot in Memphis. I got one about to open here. I was supposed to already open one here, but you know, COVID happened. Kinda, man.
Take your time.
It just set me back a lot, like because I was supposed to open it. So I had a spot here. I was gonna open. Probably it's supposed to been open by now, but COVID happened. I had to rearrange some stuff.
Yeah.
But I had that. Got one opening in Memphis, and now I'm working on different cities. So
Okay.
I'm working on Houston, Atlanta, Birmingham, Miami. So
Okay.
that's like that. But I did all that to say like because I got so many doors slammed. I never wanted to be a club owner. I wanted to do radio. That was my heart. I wanted to do radio. So I like to talk, as you see.
Yes.
So I'm like, man, I want to do radio, but you know, everything happens the way it happens for a reason. So I was like, man, fuck this. I'm not finna let them stop me from throwing parties. I like throwing parties. I'm gonna just open my own venues. So I end up opening my own venues. But it's a testament, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's a testament. And I tell it to anybody in Nashville, if you were successful in Nashville, you could be successful anywhere in the world because it's nowhere else you're gonna be treated with more. It's nowhere else where opportunity meets oppression better than Nashville.
Yeah, bro.
Opportunity
You
and
just
oppression.
said a word right there, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like Nashville, people don't realize it, but Nashville officially doesn't have any black clubs, bro.
Right.
They
Like,
don't
people
want no black clubs.
People don't realize that you can go to a much smaller market and run into a black majority or a highly African American patronized spot in a smaller city than you can here. And that's you could literally go to Huntsville and go to a black run club before you could in Nashville, and that's just kind of crazy. to me.
It's just the way of the
wild.
world, the way they want it, the way they pricing out real estate,
And that's
the
the
way
other
they
thing.
doing everything,
Yep.
the way they pushing everything out. Like
Yep.
it's just it's to a point where it's like they really don't want that. And I mean they can't stop me from doing it, but it's like where I'm at right now in my life, I think that at this point, I wanna do more stuff than just continue to open up venues in Nashville. I want to, do other markets and just grow more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
other people are doing it with far less blowback, so you definitely can do it in other markets for sure.
Yeah. So that's the goal. But yeah, you're right.
Cool.
Damn, we full today.
We are.
Zach, you do all these questions, bro?
We got some questions.
Damn.
Thank you to everyone who sent in a question for our think tank because it was looking a little skimpy.
Man, we were struggling out here a couple weeks ago, bro.
We got it built back up. So basically what this is it could be a question, it could be a comment, it could be something positive, it could be something off the wall. You just say the first thing that
Man,
comes
it'd be
to
some
your
wild
mind.
shit in there too, Rob. So be careful, bro. Tread lightly.
Is that what? Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Let's see if I'm gonna get a trash one this week. I don't like that one.
Ugh.
I'm gonna do this one.
He read it. It's Braille.
Oh. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I kind of like my question.
You gotta read
You
it
gotta
out
read
loud.
it out loud. He trying to prove it first to make sure it's safe.
Read it out loud.
If you could instill one piece of advice in a newborn's baby mind, what advice would you give?
Oh, here go Papa Rob.
Oh man, if I could instill one thing in a new baby's brain that I want to instill with them is to keep your vision. Is to never let no one kill your vision. Long as you always have a vision, you always have a passion and always have a purpose, there's nothing else can stop you. You're gonna be able to do whatever you want to. Don't let nobody kill your vision. Don't let the dream killers kill that vision of yours. Keep that alive.
Nah, that's real.
That's good. Good.
Nah, that's real.
What
All right,
you got,
Rob
Pat?
over there preaching, man. you went to ABC off of White Creek Park, dude. All right, so my question is, what is a belief that you hold with which many people disagree? All right, so I've had this. I don't know. We may have had what I'm about to say. This convo with J-Dub on here. I think, and this is random as hell, but I think that Young Dro is the greatest retired. Why you walking away, Zach? Young Dro is the greatest retired and unretired rapper known to mankind, bro.
Wow. Retired and unretired.
Think about it, bro. Look, he looking at me crazy as hell. Think about it, bro. Dro will put one song out, and we'll take it all the way back to Shoulder Lean real quick. So he had Shoulder Lean, what was that, 05, 06? Went crazy in the club, right?
Yeah.
We didn't hear nothing else from Dro until about 2-3 years later. And then he put that Ain't I out with Young LA. It wasn't, but whose verse do you remember the most on it though? Oh, come on.
You remember his verse?
You remember his verse?
But let's say he's just a good rapper that comes back. He's not, because in that case, Kanye.
No. But see, I don't consider Kanye retired though.
And he ain't dropped the out.
I don't consider Kanye retired. And the reason I don't consider Kanye retire and unretired rapper is because Kanye never fully gets out of the way.
All right, so say this.
Yes, he did. Shit.
No, he's retired. Young Joe never
Dro
retired.
never formally retired, but Dro definitely.
I
See,
think
this is why most people
I think you used the
disagree
wrong words.
right here.
See,
perfect.
Dro is the most irrelevant rapper. That's better.
Retire,
No,
I can go with
relevant,
that.
irrelevant.
I can go
Potato,
with
potato.
that.
Yeah.
I can go with that.
Because retired, Jay-Z retired and
I don't
unretired.
so and here's what I mean by retire. I mean by retire as in they are totally out of sight, out of mind.
He not though. He still got a song. You just don't follow him on Instagram. You follow Instagram.
No, I follow Dro on IG. I understand that. But being from Nashville, not most people who aren't from Atlanta aren't gonna say that Dro has always remained relevant since 2006. Now my thing is, and I've done this before. I've called off like the hit singles and the hit songs that he had, but they come like 2-3 years apart from each other, and that's the real reason why I say it, huh? Nah, I can't go with Cam. I can't go with Cam. I think Cam has a greater catalog than Dro. definitely think that Cam has a greater catalog than Dro, but I don't know, man. So, see, my point proven right there.
Sure.
Shoulder lean, stand on it. I guarantee it, bro. Stand by it.
Okay, so my question is, what is the most childish thing you still do?
Tell folks how she was throwing that ass at them loose juice parties.
What?
No,
No.
that was okay.
What?
No. That was a
No,
Josh Black comment, by the way.
What is the most childish thing I still do? Oh my goodness.
Shekinah, what do you do that's childish, bro? You be giving off like rich auntie vibes sometimes, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I randomly dance all the time.
You be dancing all the time?
I do word song association all the time. I dance all the time. And it's not even really just like, it's like random fun dances, not like your average like popular dances.
You said line dances?
No, just random.
Do you do line dances? I bet Shekinah could be a line dance instructor, low key.
Yeah, I like line dances, but yeah, I think so. Bust that in a random dance or
Look at
word
Alan.
song association.
Alan trying to give you hints. Like he don't dance. Like he want. Like, come on, man. I thought you was doing what you normally do. Like, like
Damn,
man,
okay.
crazy.
Shekinah the choreographer over here.
I mean, you can ask Zach. Zach has so much like footage of me just randomly dancing from like when we film.
You got to, bro, because the only time I feel like I would see Shekinah dance would be like how a lot of women do, like when they at brunch or they got their food coming, they do their little happy dance like right as the food coming out.
I mean, I do a little happy dance if the food is good. Food
So,
got to be good though.
Gotta be.
I understand that. Heard that.
Cool. Well, to wrap things up, we just want to say thank you so much,
Pro-shaded.
Black Rob, for joining us here on 28th and Jefferson. So I know, like you mentioned, that you're going to be, opening up some more venues. What else do we have to look forward to in the future with Black Rob and the
Robert
venues,
Higgins, Inc.
the vibes that you give out to the city?
I think that on my end, it's more or less about evolution at this point. It's about growth. Like everything I do now has to be, I want to grow as a person. I'm transforming from the Black Rob, the turn up, into Robert Higgins, and that's universal. That's not just in events. That's like a mindset. You know what I mean? It's like me saying, all right, what I want to do to be better and greater. So positioning myself. So I want to now just try to help knowledge. Like every time, today was more or less me just giving, history, like and me just letting a lot of shit out. Like this is what really happened, but this is what they say. But now it's like every time I talk, though, I want to be able to leave some type of knowledge with anybody. So long as I'm doing that, and I'm constantly trying to help somebody else get better, I feel like after I open these spots, I'm fulfilled. You know what I mean? Because most people are searching for that next big, look what I'm doing. Right. To me, it's like, I don't want that. I want to feel like what am I doing is seeing somebody else be better. Yeah. You know what I mean? At this point, and stopping the craziness that's happening in the world. I want to implant my seed to, help somebody else be better. Cool. So yeah, that's me, man. I ain't got no big I'm building a hotel downtown. Nah, man, like some people do that, and I don't mean that, but a lot of people do that, man. It's like people like, man, I'm trying to build a legacy, I'm trying to do that. That's bull. People want the oomph. Like they just want to, feel like, I don't want that. No, I used to want that. I don't want that. I more or less want to like just be a better person and create better people. So it ain't like I'm not chasing money no more. A lot of people chase money. I ain't chasing money no more. Money is, after you've got money before, it's like, what is it?
What's next?
What is it? Like what else can you do? Like if you can do what it is that you want to do in life and be comfortable, like what else you doing it for?
Right.
Like I'm saving for my kids. No, give your kids, you can, but give your kids the game and the knowledge. So
Knowledge
they know how to maneuver, because I know a lot of rich kids that's strung out or don't know how to keep their daddy's inheritance. It's like give your kid the best thing you can give your kids is knowledge, man. We put too much emphasis on money. So yeah, that's it, man. Hopefully I can, do that
good.
help some people.
That's good. Well, thank you so much.
You welcome.
Again, so y'all make sure you follow Black Rob.
Yes.
Tell them where they can follow you at.
Social. Everything is I Am Black Rob.
I Am Black
Twitter,
Rob.
Instagram, Facebook is Robert Higgins, and then all my emails is in the bio. My website is roberthigginsjr.com. So.
Make sure y'all go out and patronize his businesses, show support to Black-owned businesses.
Yeah. Spend your money.
Yeah, show love.
Totally.
P. Morgan, what you got coming up?
Let's see. I got a little event coming up sometime in.
You can't say little. I'm big on not saying little above anything because
Correct me.
you got an event coming up. Let me tell you about little. Take this. It's another piece of advice for you. Anytime, and you talking to yourself, anytime somebody put little in front of something,
I got
they
you.
hate. So you hating on yourself.
I got you.
You know what I mean? You know,
got
you could buy that car. You know, Rob bought a little car. Why my car gotta be
Why I gotta be little? Why I gotta be little? No, you're right. You absolutely
so,
right.
you know what I mean? Don't blow your candle out to make somebody else shine brighter.
No,
you
right.
know what I'm saying?
You're
I got this big ass event coming up.
Yeah.
Y'all need to be there.
And
talking about?
And I know this is a little bit off the beaten path, but I feel like it needs to be said because I spoke on it really quickly last week on my IG. I feel like in the social events lane here in Nashville, I wish that more of our OGs would show more of the generations behind us how to maneuver in this lane. I've been knowing Rob 14, 15 years.
True.
And you know, he's giving me very solid sound advice. We've made a lot of money together. He's told me some things to do, some things not to do. And just even then, just him correcting me on something that I was doing is very much so appreciated because a lot of other people wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like as one of the leaders and the champions in the social events game in this region, I'm not even gonna say in the city, but in this region, this part of the country, I appreciate that. And I feel like a lot of the OGs need to do a little bit better job of making sure that everybody in this lane wins. Because like I said in my IG video, if you win and then you pass that knowledge on to me, then I win. And then when I win, I pass that knowledge on to the next person behind me. And we literally just start building up a table of champions. Yeah. And then that's how you really start changing the dynamic and changing the conversation. So I appreciate that as always.
It's all love, man.
And so with that being said, I have a big event coming up.
Yes, sir.
The date and tickets will be dropping really soon. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at SchoolboyP and Instagram at SchoolboyP, SKOOLBOYP. Also follow my events page at Creative Socialite Group, spelled exactly how it sounds. And yeah, that's what we got.
Cool. And as always, you can follow me at Bubbly Beauty 3. Make sure you follow MassCtv on all streaming platforms. Make sure you go to our YouTube page, you like, you subscribe, and you share with all of your friends and family. And help us out. Go get our merch at MassCtv.com. Follow 28 and Jefferson. Make sure you follow everything that we have going on because we put you up on game. We do love to support our people in the community and what they have going on. So make sure y'all show love.
Yep.
And we out.
Definitely young Dro out here though.
Man, still on Dro.
Straight like that.
What's up? I'm Black Rob and you watching MassCtv. I'm Robert Higgins. Take that back.